Welcome back. As I stated in my previous video, I will be doing a follow-up to my first video with the remainder points I want to discuss. And here we are. Thanks for tuning in. So I want to talk about the next issue I have with the new Superman film, and that would be there's just way too much comedy in the movie. Um, for instance, here you have this image in front of you where where they tell me where I heard because I haven't seen the film. Superman gets kicked in the groin by Ultraman. I mean, this is the kind of comedy I don't care for. It's like MCU 2.0. James Gunn is literally trying to turn his DCU into the MCU 2.0. These are the kinds of things you would see in a Looney Tunes cartoon, or when I was growing up, I would watch the Three Stooges, and Larry, Moe, and Curly would do nonsense like this to each other. And man, not to mention the goofy look on his face. I don't care to see that in my Superman. I like I said before, I wanted to see something more serious. Not this silly nonsense. I don't go to Superman just to see a full on comedy. There's another scene that I found annoying in those previews that they kept showing where Crypto is biting Superman's feet and he's going, stop, stop, stop. That's goofy. The other one where Superman's flying and his arms are all stretched out. He looks like Plastic Man or Mr. Fantastic flying through the air. That is a horrible shot. And it looks just silly. It's totally cringe. Uh, One other thing that I thought was I was actually surprised when I heard about this, and that was the mutant monkeys canceling Superman. Apparently, Luthor has some mutant monkeys in a pocket dimension, and they're like typing anti-Superman propaganda like crazy over social media, and Superman gets upset by that. I don't know. I don't know if that's meant to be funny or if Gunn is trying to insert his own personal feelings about social media into the film. I don't get that. And furthermore, Superman wouldn't even care about social media like that. He'd be more focused on saving lives, on doing his job. Why would he care about silly opinions on the internet? That's a complete waste of time, and I think he would be indifferent to that. Okay, now we move on to the next topic, and that concerns the current or number of multiple positions that Gunn has at DC Studios. As I said before, I will be returning to this topic. Right now, Gunn is a studio executive, he is a writer, he is a director, and he's a PR specialist. All these jobs that he's doing, he's one person. These are jobs that he should be hiring other people to do. He shouldn't be hiring all four of these things to do by himself. And as a result of those shortcomings, he's made some notable mistakes, such as the scene that we saw with the barrel roll that he said was inspired by Top Gun Maverick. The barrel roll scene where Superman turns and his eye is cocked or whatever. He said in an interview, a recent interview, that that footage wasn't supposed to make it to the commercials, to the advertisements, and he overlooked that. And in my mind, at least to me, that happened because he's doing too many things. He's got too much on his mind. He's got way too much responsibility. If you were to use the division of labor model and pass on those tasks to other people, he wouldn't have that problem. The same thing can be said with the scene where Crypto is biting Superman's feet. And towards the end of that preview or that scene, you see that his boot is elongated. I mean, it looks like Superman has put on Ron McDonald's boots instead of his own. So I wonder why he would let something like that slip. I think one of the excuses he was using is that it's the fisheye lens on the camera. But all those things could be cleaned up uh, with good editing and good directing or whatever. So I don't see why that happened. There's really no excuse for that. And In addition to that, I think that he ended up becoming the director, a studio head, a writer, a PR specialist all at the same time is because David Zaslav was desperate to save money. We all know that Warner Brothers Discovery is $40 billion in the hole right now. So it's obvious that they were trying to cut costs. And according to a recent article, Gunn was paid $15 million. So I'm guessing I know that sounds like a lot of money to all of us, but I think he was paid that much money because he is doing so much work. And right now, Zaslav is getting a lot out of Gunn, and he wants to try to make a profit off of it. But that depends on how much money the movie makes at the box office by the time of the end of its run. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is that there was no need to replace uh, Henry Cavill with David Cornsweet as Superman because, man, let's be real, let's be honest. Henry Cavill is an excellent Superman. Okay, he's got the acting chops, he's got the charisma, he's got the screen presence. Uh, he is a box office draw. He's super popular right now. Um, he's the best Superman we've had, in my opinion, since uh, Christopher Reeve. Now, that's not to say that the other Superman actors haven't been good. I like them too, but man, freaking Henry Cavill is almost perfect in that role. So they shouldn't have done that. I mean, look at him right now. Right now he has that Highlander film coming out. He has that Voltron film coming out, and he has that Warhammer project. So that's only going to add to Cavill's popularity. And Warner Brothers could have capitalized on that, but instead they chose to turn their back on him because they didn't want to pay him what he was worth. I think I saw a report online that showed that they paid David Cornsweet only $750,000 to play Superman, and they know they would have had to pay Cavill more, and they should have, because he's going to bring you in more money. So it takes money to make money. So that was another really big mistake. Like I said, Henry Cavill has proven his worth as Superman, and he has a lot more to offer. Okay, now we're going to move on to the final talking point of this video. And that talking point is the fact that Warner Bros. Discovery is tone deaf and they're incompetent. They ignored fans' requests to see more of Cavill's Superman. They ignored fans' requests to see the Batfleck film and the Ayer cut. This in turn divided the fan base. In addition to that, they announced James Gunn's reboot when he became the head of DC Studios. They announced that reboot when they still had four films scheduled for release. Those four films were The Flash, Aquaman 2, Shazam 2, and Blue Beetle. Uh, while all these films had their issues, I have some discrepancies. Uh, there's some discrepancies with these films. They could have did a lot better uh, financially. Uh, for example, with The Flash, James Gunn made some changes with his notes in that movie. Uh, they put Ben Affleck's Batman in there for no reason. Uh, they should have had the reverse Flash in there. I think that would help the film. They also took Ben Affleck's scene, not Ben Affleck, excuse me. They took Henry Cavill's scenes as Superman out of that film. I think that hurt the movie a great deal. Would have been far better, and that movie had so much potential that was wasted. He did some similar things to Aquaman too. Ben Affleck's Batman, for example, was supposed to have a large role in that movie. In fact, I think there were some scenes where he was supposed to be fighting alongside Arthur Curry underwater, and you can imagine a bat submarine with bat gadgets designed to fight underwater. I think that would have been amazing. That would have been epic. But we were robbed of that. Uh, so in Shazam 2, that movie had its issues, but I didn't think it was great, but it could have been better. Same with Blue Beetle. I think fans would have showed up had they not announced the reboot uh, with those films remaining. But since they did that, those fans were checked out. They was like, oh, well, why should I go spend my money on those movies if they're going to reboot everything anyway? that was the logic behind that reason, and because of that, the studio took losses. They could have been making a whole lot more money, and they could have used that money to finance more projects. Um, Ultimately, they made a huge mistake by walking away from a universe whose first five films brought them $4.9 billion. Had they stuck to the plan, they would be on top right now. They would be killing Marvel. Now maybe things would shift back tomorrow because they got uh Avengers Doomsday coming out and Avengers Secret Wars, but that's a different story. So anyway, that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll be making another video soon. You guys take care. Appreciate it.